him. Kevin's coming in the back door.
Is he coming in the back?
Back door.
Good.
He hasn't said anything yet. He hasn't said anything yet.
Yeah, most of the time
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Rail for years, I was an iron worker for years.
In college, so I worked in college on buildings in Indiana, years later. And while I was out in between the summers, working with building containers, bateau, valves to east and that house that was old and we worked with the iron workers. Some of the earliest guys I've ever met in the post, and then get up there and walk on that iron. It was like, my God, that's scary. Oh, we do it all the time.
Yep.
Crazy when you crane on the top. Too similar.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do the pledge. We're gonna go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oil wheels and
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the regular town council meeting for the month of July. I'll start with roll call. Jason Little. Patricia Ball.
Here.
Kevin Burke.
Here.
Michael Johannes.
Here.
Brian Warren.
Here.
Okay. First thing we need to ask for is approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on June 9th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the regular meeting on June 9th.
Have a first and second from Tricia and Jason. Any other discussion on it? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, aye.
Okay. All those opposed say nay. Let me know when it passes 5-0. Also, we need approval for the executive meeting that we had on the same evening.
Where's there a copy of that?
Make a motion to approve the executive meeting. No. Those minutes are accessible, no.
I copy it.
It was only a one-topic meeting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It got sent out.
yes, I thought it was an email. So yes, I stand on my motion to
To-
approve.
Here's a copy. It just says that no action was taken, the meeting was held. They have to approve it. Just if they want.
Pass it down, check it out.
I seen it. Have you?
Yeah, we need one. I know. No, it was distributed, so. Mhm.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. I have a first from Tricia and a second from Brian. If there's any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay.
Aye.
You said nay?
Yes.
Okay. And
So that's not, did you approve? Did you say? A?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
I did. Okay, let it be known it passes 3,
With one abstain.
with 1 abstain and 1 nay. Okay, next we have comments from the public. Anybody have anything like to
Yes,
discuss?
we do. Yep, the arts group.
My name is.
If you could go to the microphone, please, since we're being recorded.
I know.
My name is Brooke Blair. I'm here with Santa Claus Arts, a newly formed group, trying to bring more arts to Santa Claus and surrounding areas. We were here, I think in April, beginning of May, and mentioned that we're trying to put up a Christmas tree with ornaments on it that are decorated by community members. Back in, I think November, we went to an arts conference, I guess, in Indianapolis. And through that, we ended up getting a $10,000 grant to put in an art installation in the town. So right now, we're in the process of getting plans drawn up. We have a fabricator that is willing to work with us and build a tree, getting materials lined up and all that. But I guess what we are hoping for is the approval or approval from the town that we can put it on town property here by the town hall. I don't know exactly if that goes to vote today or maybe next month, if we can get that on the agenda. I don't know how that works, but.
And as we briefly said, the location would be near the trail where the 2 soon-to-be-gone Bradford pears would be, are right now. It would be near that area. There's also a bench there. And so it would work out that it would be a nice little,
Yeah.
So with that, we would need space to install a 20 by 20 concrete pad, and then permission to use or to tie it to the electric here at town hall.
Okay. Have we had it staked out where we could see where it's gonna be?
not yet.
Not yet.
No. We want to get a actual architectural draw up, and that's been one of our hesitations, because, not actually a hesitation. We've tried and tried and tried, but we only have so much funding, and those are expensive. So we're looking at somebody who is maybe giving us a reasonable price. And then, once we have that, then we would give you an exact, we just, as being on the committee myself, we just want to know that we have support from the town. And I think you guys already proclaimed that in April, but that we can place it on the property. And if it needs to go to discussion, it can, but of course it should if it needs to. But if that is, it's town representative, so.
I guess my concern was, I'm for the project, but I would like to see where the location's gonna be, so it's not a traffic hindrance for visibility about pulling out of the intersection. That I don't know if we could have
Zach?
somebody go out there and just drive some stakes where you guys are hoping to put it.
From your guesstimation, would it be a hindrance to traffic? You know the general area.
I'm looking on Google Earth right now.
Okay.
I mean, I would think that as long as you put it on the Lake Rudolph side, that little awning where the bench is, you should be, you're probably 50 or 60 feet at least from the road. Yeah, 60 feet from the edge of the road, so I think that'd be plenty.
Appropriate?
That's a rush way.
Oh,
We do have a thoroughfare ordinance as far as.
yes,
He knows a lot
yes,
more about lines of sight that are supposed to be there and everything.
yes. And it would be on this side of the trail, right? Yes. It'd be on the town hall side, yes, the town hall side. So if the trail is not impeding it, then the tree,
Anybody know if we got any utilities through that?
Or two, there's utilities through there.
well, to the sign. Oh, you mean water
Water.
and all that?
Yeah.
We'd have to-
We'll call in.
yeah, we have to-
Make sure.
We have to 811 that.
Yeah.
I don't have any kind of issue with it.
course I don't.
I agree. But we just need to get somebody to stake it out.
Right,
for us.
exactly, we just need it more
And
specifically.
I'm not opposed to it either, don't get me wrong.
No.
I just
Table
think
it
we
till
need to
August
see that.
meeting and
Yeah.
Vote on the approval then?
Yeah.
After it's taken.
Especially if we get
And
a
rest
little
of
bit
it will
more, you know, right now, we're almost there. We feel like we're almost there.
Us not making any decision will not hold you all up from going any further or anything, right? I mean,
No, I mean, will it?
No, but could we, maybe is it possible to have the blessing of the council, assuming there is no hindrance or safety legal concerns, so that if, as we're moving forward, if we know that's to be true, then we can keep proceeding?
Would that, can we
Did
make a
we- did we
motion?
not give
I
that
mean,
support in April?
I have some questions about it.
Yes.
From a legal standpoint, like, is the town still going to retain ownership of it, then is it going to be a license to where, who's actually gonna own the tree itself?
Yeah, the town,
Who's gonna provide the electricity for it, and all that
Mhm.
good stuff, so, I mean, we probably have
Yes.
to, we have to firm up exactly what the arrangement is going to be,
Mhm.
and if it's going to be a donation of the tree to the town, then, I don't know what
Yes.
y'all had envisioned as far as that goes, so then the town's gonna look at the ongoing cost.
right.
That's up to you guys, though, I just handle the legalities of it.
And that's why we're trying to get it architecturally,
Yeah.
you know, sound, so that we know that, insurance, electricity, all of that. And it is, everything will be accessible, so it can be repaired and, whatever happens.
paint, powder coat, polish aluminum, okay.
Yeah, we have a builder
Working
and,
with the Don's Machine Shop in Tell City,
mhm,
and, they do this kind of stuff all the
Yes.
time, so.
yeah, you approve it.
They've made recommendations on what should be coated in.
Yeah.
so it'll last as
They're
long as it
helping us a
can
lot.
And different things, so.
Mhm.
And we can provide that information if you want that before approving
Mhm.
it.
We have a precedent for that. That's how the statue and the benches and all this.
Exactly.
Was put out here by the Santa Claus Chamber, but we gave it to the town after we put it up.
That's how this will be too. It's a donation to the town. It's the town tree. Will it be called Santa Claus Arts? Melissa, do you know anything
It's
about?
called the Hometown Holiday Tree.
Right,
And
but it's the town's tree.
That's the decision of the group in the town, but I think that was and what we.
That was our
what we were
intention.
planning,
Yes,
yeah. Because what better place to be than on town property?
Yeah.
something like this.
Is that going to have regular Christmas lights on it? or
it's
is it
going to
gonna
have
be
discs that are decorated by as many humans in this town as possible.
Okay, how you gonna light it up? Is it?
We have a
lit-
light coming up the middle of it, and we have
So last
access.
we had talked,
Oh, yeah, we had
last
talked
time,
about spotlighting.
is using, so it's a square base, and we'd use 4 flagpole lights that would shine up on the inside of it.
Okay.
To go through the.
So it's not gonna have Christmas-like
No.
strands?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
There's a light of green because the discs will.
Yeah, the
Okay.
discs are green with white
Okay.
paint.
okay.
Hopefully. We're working on everything, and we have been working very hard on this.
But that type lighting, I would think, would have less maintenance. than-
Yeah, and we are having, there's like a trap door, so, I mean, it's all, everything will, we've talked to Blue about it. But we would not expect this to go up until we 811'd it and we had that. So can we do, like, can we make a motion that says, as long as it meets standards, and, can we do that, Kevin? Okay, and I don't think I'm the right person to make this motion, because I'm on that committee.
I make a motion that we approve this conditionally
yes.
to meeting all the town's requirements.
Okay,
I'll second that.
thank you.
Okay, have a first by Mike and a second by Jason. Any other discussion on it? If not, if we could call for a vote, all those in favor, say aye.
Can I vote on that? Do I have to abstain?
That probably would be best. I mean,
What do you
you're on the
think?
committee.
We don't
I'm
have-
just on
we
the
don't have a
committee.
financial interest.
No,
Okay.
yeah,
So whatever
okay,
it says.
so I vote, yeah, that's
Okay.
what I wondered, I didn't know.
You have approval from the council, 5-0.
Thank you.
I'll get it staked out, it looks like it's gonna be nice, the ground will be nice and soft out there.
Just so we get an idea where you're wanting to put it, and that way we can get with Russ and police department and that, and even the fire department, you know, if it's gonna be a hindrance to anything out there. Okay, next we have comments from the council. The only thing I have, we're in the full summer season. I did notice there's some new vibrating strips on the highway out here by the caution light
For employees.
for employees
Which is
crossing,
awesome.
which wasn't there a week or so ago. I would like to see that continued down by Casper or with our other trail crossings. So that's something that we need to work on. The other thing, want to remind everybody, if you can't attend our meetings, all town meetings are on video through YouTube, and you go out there and watch us live. So that would be all the departments, the Park and Rec, the Water Department, Fire Department. Any type meetings that we have to the public will be required to be recorded by the state of Indiana.
Okay,
So-
I have comments also. I need to understand the sign ordinance. And the reason I need to understand this is because many people have come to me, and I'm talking handful, including the matriarch of this city, of this town, very much questioning and trying to understand our sign ordinance. So I've read through it 10 times, and I would like to understand our sign ordinance as well. I also think that we are unique. We are, you know, Carmel does not get 1 million visitors in the summer. Boonville does not get 1 million visitors in the summer. We do not have old buildings here. So we don't have the ability to have businesses go into an old building like Huntingburg 4th Street. You know, we don't have, there are so many towns who have old buildings. We don't have a lot of places to move businesses because of landlocks. And so our businesses are located in single buildings with small marquees. Well, and this is an example, Patriot Nutrition, visitors who come through town do not know Patriot Nutrition is in the second level of one building that is, looks like has a brick facade. They don't know that. They can't know that. We don't have visitors just in the summer. We have visitors who come on mystery tours during the fall and the spring. We have Christmas events. And these businesses who we want businesses, we want them, who are our businesses, who we really want to keep them, are being pointed out and told they're not following the sign ordinance. And so I need to understand the sign ordinance so I can talk to the matriarch of our town, so I can talk to all these businesses who are, was it not on?
No,
Oh,
no.
I thought I turned it on. Sorry, excuse me, public. So I have some questions. I gave the town board a copy of this, and I would like you to look at 6.1. The sign ordinance, if you got a copy, it is, let me see what it says. Oh, it doesn't say it on this one, sorry. I have the old copy. This sign ordinance was written in 2011 and signed. And I have the old copy of that. First of all, it says that location permits, I could have a 4 by 5 foot address notification on my house. Is that correct? 4 by 5 foot, 2A. So I could put a 4, that's just, okay, look, I'm 5'1", okay? A 4 by 5 foot sign of my home address on my house.
I don't think under Christmas Lake rules you can.
No,
But
but
under-
in Santa Claus, so like Jason could? Okay. That seems a little extreme to me.
On the EMS side, most people would do that.
Yeah, I know, for EMS, it would be good. At least put their address on both sides of the mailbox, yeah. Okay, and then 6, well, for you guys, 2, C. So if I grow tomatoes in a hothouse, and I grow tomatoes all year long, I can have a 12 by 5 foot sign that says tomatoes sold here, if I have a farm. Is that correct? Okay. All right, I'm just honestly, I have read this and do not understand everything, so I just want to understand it. 2E. Okay. Owners have to apply for an improvement location permit within 30 days if, for example, a thoroughfare goes by their house. Because say I have a sign, Shelley Goodrich has an arts and crafts store that nobody knows about. It's out there by the cabins, if anybody wants to know. And she does everything. She'll even teach you how to throw a bowl in clay, all kinds of things. Nobody knows that really is there. Few people do. Ask around. It is. It's a good
Which
place.
side of the road?
It is
Is she
on,
at?
it's toward Buffalo. Okay? But she had a sign on the highway that we removed. So nobody knows that that's back there. Anyway, if she got a thoroughfare past her house, she could apply for a permit within 30 days.
She's not in town.
No, I'm saying, I'm just giving you an example, okay? Just an example. So if a thoroughfare came past her house, she'd have 30 days to apply for a permit to keep that sign where it is. Is that correct? Reed, is that what I'm understanding, 6
Well,
point?
yeah, that section was specifically, Will Cook actually wrote that section,
And so,
because it was all the signs within Holiday World and Lake Rudolph that nobody can see. They're way back in the
right,
back parts of the parks, and they didn't wanna have to come and get a permit for each specific sign.
Okay.
If they changed their drink sign on one of their kiosks or something, it was to keep them from having to do that, because nobody outside of Holiday World could see a lot of those signs.
could see it, right.
So what that.
So would that apply to somebody else? I mean, that same rule? And I know Shelley's not in the
I
town.
think that probably would apply to the Patriot Nutrition sign on the back of the building. that
Yes.
they got up, and the Tammy Spurlock sign that she has on the back of the building, because you can't see that from any of the streets.
And what about like the impressions? Would that apply to that? Because you can't tell that that's a beauty shop there
Well, it would be visible from the street,
if they put a sign where?
on the front of the building.
On the front of the building. Okay, not
I'm
on
saying-
that,
I'm saying the back of the building, you can't see from any street.
but if the
This would
sign was,
actually give them an exception for the back of that building, because you can only see it from their property.
so on impressions, a sign could be on the front of the building?
No, the
Because
landowner
nobody
didn't
knows
want
it's
it.
there?
Landowner didn't want it there.
You know what? The landowner has nothing to do with the decisions of this board. If an owner and a renter have a disagreement, that has nothing to do with us. They seek legal help.
I believe they can have up to a 120 square foot sign on the front of the building.
Okay, all right,
I think
next.
the president of the advisory plan commission may not agree with me.
Okay.
I believe they're going to. discuss
I'll be going to that meeting next week. All right, the next one. Temporary signs for, let's say, a special event, or I think it comes up later, an open house, a now open, because places like different businesses move from one location to another, that they should have 30 days to announce it's happening, and then 24 hours after that to take it down. I don't think that's the right one. This is what I wrote there. Temporary nature signs can be installed for 30 days and have to be removed within 24 hours after applicable, correct? That's not the right one. Okay. But let's say that there's a grand opening, brand new store. Nobody knows that this place moved from one location to another. Then that sign should have been able to stay there 30 days, correct? Thank you. All right, next. Banners, streamers, pennants, and similar, that's the one, go for grand openings. They have 30 days.
Yes.
Okay, 30 days to have that. That should have stayed up for 30 days. Should have been able to. All right, let me go on. I'm trying to understand it. Please understand that that's what I'm doing right now. Go
I
back.
think this should be addressed at the APC.
We wrote this. This is a board mandated rule book. And so we are the ones who decide this, and then they are the enforcers. And they also should be the educators. I was just gonna ask you, Kevin, if anybody comes with sign issues and they have these questions, do you wanna teach them all how
They do it all
to?
the time at the advisory plan commission. People come and ask, hey, I wanna put up a sign.
Okay.
Can I put up this sign?
And do they give them suggestions, or do they just say no?
No, they always give them suggestions on.
'Kay.
Tammy Jaminsky, Heckle,
Mhm.
is that her name?
Yes, the one with
She
the
came up
dilapidated building,
Somebody
or
asked about the
vehicle.
truck, and,
Right.
You know, the plan commission gave her advice on to allow her to keep that sign.
Okay, and I know several people have not gotten that advice. I know Hoosier Payne Pasture did not get advice about how to keep that sign. I know, but yes, that sign was questioned.
Yeah, it was, because I'm trying to remember what this.
They just directed it and didn't ask nobody.
He put it
Yeah,
up. He put it up
exactly.
without a permit.
But so did Tammy put that dilapidated truck was out there for years, right? Okay, so she didn't ask permission to put that out there, right?
No.
But she went and got suggestions from the
Came to the
board.
plan commission, wanted to know if she needed a variance to keep her sign.
That's exactly right.
And the plan commission told her, no, you don't need a variance as long as you move the truck.
Exactly, move it so much.
And Hoosier Paint and Posture put up the sign without a permit.
Yes.
They came to the town, and the town said, all you have to do is get a permit, and you put the sign up.
Okay, good. Okay, but people don't understand this in advance. I mean, I've read it 10 times.
Every municipality in southern Indiana, in probably the state of Indiana that has any zoning, you have to get a permit before you can put up a sign.
And like I said, I went to Carmel, Boonville. I've looked at everybody's.
And they all require a permit.
Exactly. However, this is very hard to understand. So don't we have to have somebody to educate and then say, here's what you can do instead? Because I know a couple businesses have not been told what they can do instead. They've just been told, take it down. Is that true or false?
Todd's the zoning administrator, and he's the one who people should be going to before they ever do anything.
Todd,
I'm not getting anybody telling me, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about, let's say, for example, impressions. What was the alternative? What were they
Come to the
educated?
meeting.
Okay, that night that they were given
It just
notice.
so happens that when I spoke to this person, that I was able to tell her, hey, they're talking about it tonight.
Yes.
And it's their decision, it's not my decision.
No, I didn't say it was your
I'm
decision.
just saying, so that's my advice generally, is either get a permit or come to an APC meeting.
Did the APC give them alternatives?
Yeah, I think we
As
did.
far as I understood, yeah, they did. I mean, the alternative was to take it to a BOSA meeting, for number one. Or, we would look at it and I would give them the advice the next day or so.
And did they get more advice about that?
I did. In fact, it was an ongoing conversation. As more information was, given to me of their options. Now, there is some disagreement between the APC and the town's attorney.
And the board? Mhm.
Right now, so that still has to be worked out, but still the advice was given to get a permit for the sign. There never was a permit for the sign. And I understand where you're going with a 30-day deal.
Mhm.
This was a sign fastened to a building, I think is a little more than a temporary sign. With their intentions was more than a temporary sign, was it not?
I don't know their intentions, and you can't know that.
In the ground for 30 years.
But it was put up by a contractor and taken down by a
Yes, I
contractor.
understand.
So it could have been taken down, so why couldn't that have been a 30-day sign?
It could have, it's possible.
That's right.
I was told that they needed to take it down.
Exactly. And so I don't think that's what this states. I don't think that's what, I don't think, I don't know. All right, next section. We had some questions about,
What section you on?
Noel. It's the one about churches. Let me see where I can
Cody.
find it.
Is it 40?
Yeah, 4E, thank you. Okay, we had some issues with, Noel is in a temporary location. It said that they are allowed to have signs that they can, we need to clarify that temporary thing. This just doesn't clarify it for me. How can Noel, until they are a permanent structure, how can they advertise themselves other than they put out signs on Saturday and most of the time take them down within 24 hours on Monday, of the event. It's supposed to be within 24 hours of the event, which is church. And the 1 week they got their signs taken down because they had a visiting pastor on like Tuesday. And so the signs were still up on Thursday, which they should have been taken down on Wednesday. The only reason I highlighted this was, how can we help our temporary businesses be noticed? If I'm a visitor staying at Lincoln Park and I'm trying to figure out all the churches and I'm driving past Holiday World, can Noel place a sign somewhere that says, hey, we are a church, but we're back here for now. We don't have a church thing going on like these other churches. That's a question I don't expect an answer to. I want you to think about, just think about that. How can we help our businesses, including our churches? That's the only reason I highlighted that one. I need to know, I don't know this, I'm sorry, I'm ignorant, but I need to know what what does zone CI and AM mean? What does that mean?
Commercial, industrial, or amusement.
Amusement, okay, thank you. I just need, and then there's another one like FP or something? Floodplain, thank you, okay. I just need to know that. And I don't think people who read this would know that.
What's in the zoning ordinance? This is just. what's new.
I know, and this is
Zoning ordinance
page,
is like this.
I know, this is page 96 through 102. So if I decide to understand the zoning ordinance, I have to go through 181 pages, I think it is, to understand it.
You can search through it.
I know,
Yeah.
but I think that's, and look, Kevin, I'm not harassing you.
Yeah,
I know, I'm just asking you questions.
Yeah.
Because I myself,
I'm just telling you, it's like I pointed out, ours is not unduly complicated. Ours is what, 6 pages?
This is.
Jasper's sign ordinance is 18
I know.
pages, I believe.
I know, a lot of them are much more complicated than this. I think it's difficult, though, for our
And ours is
community.
much more
nurses.
liberal than most sign ordinances.
Well, like I said, no town around here, of all my comparisons, have 1 million visitors.
Well, and that was the reason the sign ordinance primarily, the primary purpose of putting this in was not to restrict local businesses. The problem is if you open it up and allow people to put any kind of signs they want, you will have semi-trailers parked out here on the corner.
I
with,
100%
wrap on it
agree.
For zip lines in Perry County.
Yes, I know.
And Kentucky Kingdom will be advertising in the town. They'll be buying up a 10 square foot spot.
And those are
Billboard in town.
huge examples of something that I'm not talking about. I'm talking about this and at least 4 businesses that have been affected recently that could serve our visitors who come in here. Recently meaning in my career on this board, which would be 6 years now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, the thing is you have to draw the line somewhere. That's
I
why this
100%
took
agree.
years to come up with. In fact, it wasn't passed until after Will was gone, but Will Cook and I drafted this.
Yes.
It wasn't
Can I say
passed until
something?
2 years after that.
I can't fill out this.
You need to go to the microphone
I'm sorry.
and state who you are, please.
I'm Margaret Cruz from Impressions Hair Salon. I've been in business in Spencer County over 4 years, and I'm working on a sign. I can't fill out this paper to get a variance for the sign when I can't read this.
Can't understand
I
that.
can't understand this at all. And I didn't realize there were 2 different kinds of meetings. You said there's a different kind of meeting for
Well,
a sign meeting.
The APC is the meeting you came to.
I didn't realize that. I thought that was a town meeting.
Oh,
So did they tell you, Boza? Do you remember the
No, I
word
wonder why
Boza?
so many people were missing, and nobody else was at the meeting.
I texted her.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
We told her about
Martha.
this.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand there were two different things.
Yeah. When I talked to you on the phone, we discussed this, and you go to APC, and if you don't agree with them, you can make an appeal to Boza, and Boza makes a recommendation to the town council.
Boza resolves it.
Yeah,
So,
but they-
if I sit down. for
No,
the
Boza
meeting-
doesn't make a recommendation?
No,
No.
Boza is final.
It's
Then you have to
final.
appeal to the circuit
You
court.
guys don't even know. So, if I go to a BOZA meeting, they could sit down and help me understand what kind of sign I need.
No.
Who's gonna help me fill this out?
The Board of Zoning Appeals is what, if Todd makes a decision or APC says something and you don't agree with it, you can appeal to Boza. But if you put in a sign permit and Todd says, like 99% of them, it's rubber stamped, yes, it's approved. But if you don't agree with it, then you can appeal his decision to the Board of Zoning Appeals. That's also who adjudicates special exceptions, variances, all that good stuff in the town.
So would Todd be the one to help her fill out that form?
Yeah. I
Can
mean,
you
he just,
tell me what's
yeah, he just needs to know what
permanent
kind
and
of
what's
sign.
temporary? Because I understand that if I fill this out and it gets disapproved, I have to fill out another one and pay again. If it's not approved.
If you appeal it, yeah, if you wanna appeal it.
And you would understand what is a permanent sign, what's a temporary sign, and what would be allowed in my business, if you come look at my business and tell me what.
That's the discussion that will be had at the meeting at APC.
And if I come to that meeting,
Next month.
that, you can help me at that meeting?
You want me to sit by here?
I don't know, I mean, do I come to the meeting, or do I meet with you personally?
No, if you wanna come to that meeting, but we need the permit for the sign and to submit what your sign is again.
But I don't know.
But she can't fill it out.
If I don't know how to read this,
Okay, well, maybe we can help you with doing
do the
that.
interpretation of this before I fill out this.
Okay, that's the discussion on the table.
Okay.
I mean,
Because he just explained what some of these words were, the IMAM, CA, you would know what BAsh means in hair color. And I don't know what some of this stuff means.
right.
Okay. All right, I'll try.
Okay, if you go, I wanna just go past this and go further out. Let me see where I am. Because I have a different one. So FP was floodplain, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
which we don't have any.
right, okay. But, like synagogue, we don't have one now, but who knows? You never
Well,
know.
I'm talking about the floodplain.
Yeah, I know.
The
I'm just-
floodplain district is basically about, I don't know, 300 square feet of ground in Santa Claus.
Okay.
We have to have it in order for the owners of that property to qualify. for
Right.
flood insurance.
And I understand that, okay. This one, okay, on, gosh darn it, I wish I had this other one here. It says, this is the one that, I've lived here for 35 years, over 35 years. And a lot of these businesses have existed throughout my life in this town, okay? And there's a section that says, well, on here it was 6.4, trying to find out where it says. Oh, it says this, no advertising devices shall be permitted in any zones except AI and AM, or such devices may be permitted as special exceptions. Okay, so if we have a dilapidated, this is not, her dilapidated vehicle is an old truck, and it's an advertisement, and it has words on it, right? It says Evergreen, does it still say Evergreen on it?
That's not an advertising device because it is on the premises where the property.
Okay.
Where the business is located.
Okay, so I can't use that one, but let's say the golf course, okay? They have that big ball in the air and they have all of that. Okay, so is that a special exception?
It's not in town.
Okay, what about holiday food sign?
No.
That does not meet these qualifications.
It's not an advertising device, it's on the property, it is on the business property.
The tall sign out there?
Yeah, it's on Holiday Foods Shopping Center property.
Okay, so they're allowed to have any kind of sign they want there?
No, they're allowed to have, I think they have to get a variance for the height of it.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
what I
It was a
mean.
couple feet too tall.
So we made a special exception, correct?
No, they had to get a variance for the height of it,
Okay,
but they are a shopping center, so they're allowed, one on each end, they're allowed.
Exactly.
Which puts all the businesses, the needs of the business are allowed to sign over their business.
To have on that.
Yeah. Shopping centers, 40,000
Right.
square feet of retail space or greater, with a minimum of 4 tenants may erect a maximum of 2 freestanding signs with a maximum total area of 1 square foot per frontage foot, not to exceed 150 square feet per sign.
okay. Well, I thought that that sign had been like a grandfathered sign before this,
No, that was.
No?
No,
okay,
they put that sign up after, I think it was after. this.
okay. And then what about the Sun Resorts billboard? That's by Casey's. Is that a grandfathered sign? Or is that legal? That's not on their property.
I think they had to get a variance for that.
Okay, so we made an exception, we got a variance for it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was because of the traffic flow issue.
And is the size of that sign a legal size?
No, they had to get a variance. for
Okay,
it.
they had to get a variance for it because
It was
it's
be-
important,
it was
because we
because of
have
the traffic
all,
congestion.
right, we have our million visitors and a lot of them use, and trust me, I am not dissing any of these companies, good Lord, we need these companies. But wouldn't it be logical if someone could figure out how to fill out the form and then we gave them a variance so that they could stay here?
If you give variances to every single person that requests one, you might as well get rid of your zoning.
So then, do we want to get rid of our businesses? Because I know there's a couple we're talking about.
No, you should just get rid of your zoning ordinance.
We don't want to get rid of all of it, right?
And then they must
I mean,
comply
why do you
to
wanna
what's
permit? That's the
written.
point, is where do you wanna draw the line?
I think we need extra different, honestly, extra different rules. I really do. We are a unique
Then
entity.
you should refer to the plan commission for their consideration, because that's the procedure is, they.
But did they write the ordinance?
Huh? Yes.
Yes.
The APC wrote the
Will
ordinance?
Cook was the president.
And then we
of ABC,
approved it?
And it went through numerous meetings.
Okay.
and This ordinance went through
That's
years
what I
of
need to
meetings.
know. I'm just
They
asking.
give a recommendation to you, and then you pass it.
Then we do it. Okay,
We agreed with it, the town council agreed with it.
okay.
What was provided to us.
Do we have any signs here that were not legit when we did this ordinance? Like, we had to grandfather them? Are there any signs in this town other than,
I'm trying to think, one lost its grandfather because it was for the church camp down on 162.
Right.
And whenever they took it down, they could not put it back up. The Santa Claus Christmas store billboard,
yes?
that is grandfathered in.
Okay, so then it
Actually,
says,
It should be torn down.
that's exactly right, because it says here on general requirements, non-conforming sign, it's the letter C. Any non-conforming sign existing now should be discontinued 10 years after,
It should have been torn down.
so it needs to be gone. Okay,
Yeah, so Todd will tell you, it's mainly complaint driven, and since you're complaining about it, I'm sure he'll tell the.
yeah, I am not. I am stating facts to try to keep our businesses here. That's when
That's
and to
what it is.
understand.
Until somebody complains about it, typically it's not enforced.
I know, that's right, okay.
Can a business store appeal or get a variance even though they're 10 years grandfathered in?
They can apply for it, but then you're gonna have to let anybody put a billboard up in town, they don't put a billboard up in town.
So that's
the problem.
the problem. That's the problem.
you face.
Mhm.
You'll end up with a semi parked out on the side of the road, just like, that's what happened, whenever they dropped it on the corner up here.
Right, I
We
remember,
moved.
They
But-
moved it down to where it's in the county.
yes,
Because the county doesn't care about it.
I remember. And I think we should care about signs. I
And
mean,
that's what this was trying to do. This was trying to come up with a reasonable balance of the factors involved without having the town get completely cluttered up with signs.
and I think that is the issue, is how can we, with this many people trafficking through this town in a year, how can we make our businesses be known in our sign ordinance? How can we help our businesses? How can we do that? And I'm going to APC also, and I'm gonna talk to them. So here's another question. We have Back the Blue, which James knows, I back the blue. We have Proud Vet lives here. We have right now foster children signs. I was a teacher for 32 years. Of course, I support that. We have proud union member signs, and they don't get removed. To me, please tell me you're a proud union member. Please support the blue. Please tell us you need foster kids, but then all the other signs get removed.
I think it's a full, Todd's not in town all the time, all day. I think the police remove some of them sometimes. I mean, because most of them.
Is there still a foster child one over here?
There is, but
Yep.
walk right over here behind the building and see how many of them.
I know.
Yeah, he removes them all the
It's,
time.
it's just a period,
It's
a
never
time
ending
for me to
job.
get here to do it is, and I seen it this evening, I thought, oh, I need to get that sign. I have called them people many times.
I know.
They
And
don't
it's
care-
important.
They don't care if I take the sign down,
I
they
know.
don't want the sign,
They just want it advertised for a while.
yeah, so.
So there's something in here like, you know, when ball teams say, go fight, win, you can have 6 signs in a line that support a cause. Is there a way, is there a way that we can say one within town limits? Is there a way we can say that? Not at the same corner as 2 other signs. Can we,
None of those are legal because they're in right of ways. Those are all within either NDOT or town right of ways, and they're all a violation.
that's what I thought.
Every one of those
So-
goes up.
Everybody who has a sign in their yard that says a vet lives here, which is so important, I think every vet I meet, that needs to take them down, correct?
It's a violation, yes.
And anybody who has a kid going to USI can have that sign up for 30 days only?
Yeah.
Football season is more than 30 days. A football player lives here.
Yep.
Does that only get 30 days, even though football season is 3 months?
Under the ordinance, yes.
Okay, so I honestly think that we need to look at, and I will talk to APC about this, how we can help our people and also understand these sign ordinances. This is a different beast. We are a different beast. We have no old buildings. Nobody can say, now I'm here, now I'm here, now I'm here. It's one conglomerate, and you got these little tiny signs, right? And some of those little tiny signs don't have room for their people who are in there. Right now, there's something for rent over here in Kisior's building. He's got a for rent there. As soon as that person comes in, are they gonna have a sign? Because I know a gaming person wanted to come in, like to sell card games and, you know, different kinds of Dungeons and Dragons. And they can't get advertised unless they get on Kisior's sign right away. Nobody will know they're there.
I think we need to continue this at the APC meeting. That'd be Monday night
I know,
at
I'm already
5:30.
planning.
Okay?
Mhm. I'm planning. But I do think we need to ponder as a board how we can serve our town better. And our present businesses, which we would love to increase but can't. So, thank you for answering my questions, because honestly,
I think.
I claim ignorance.
Yeah, if people would apply.
Yeah,
That's where the biggest problem comes,
I know that.
that people don't realize that they have to apply. So if there's some way that we can promote the fact that they need to apply, you know, nobody but an attorney is gonna know everything that's in our ordinances. I
So
mean,
then
there's-
Kevin is gonna answer all the questions.
Right.
That's the
Or
problem.
they can,
I often do.
or they can hire an attorney. I mean, that's what builders and stuff do.
But if
to
you
do
hire
it.
an attorney, you're talking big money if they're just putting up a sign on your building. I know. And it's
Or
a
you
catch
could co-
22.
Or they could come to the APC meeting and ask questions.
Ask questions,
And they can say to them, this is what you need to do instead.
right.
Okay,
I
I
agree
don't
with
think
that.
they were told what they need to do instead. I don't think any of the people who have talked to me. And like I said, a lot of people wonder why some places can have up signs and other places can't. So, yes, sir.
One thing that I work with a lot of cities and towns, so I always recommend pre-application meetings. So if a property owner, business owner has a question, maybe they can schedule a meeting with Todd. He can go over any of their questions, concerns, help them interpret it before it goes to APC.
Yes.
I always like to expedite meetings as quickly as we can.
Yes,
I would highly recommend a
a
pre-application.
pre-application, that's a great idea. And in we're getting a new website. Our website's very difficult to go through. And I think we can advertise that, right, Jane?
Yes.
And also formal complaints, because I've heard some people saying that they want to complain, but they won't do it, and you've talked about it at several meetings, but they won't do a formal complaint.
But they would need, for a complaint to be official, it's
They
gotta
have to be formal.
Okay, they gotta be formal.
That's right, has to be written.
Yeah,
That's
we have
correct.
copies out here in this, little kiosk out there, but on the new website, yes, the complaint forms will be available for people to be able to file those and also be able to just send those electronically.
So I know a
But they will have to
concerned,
put a name and contacts and stuff
I
like
know a
that.
concerned citizen turned in impressions. Was there a formal complaint for that? Because there needed to be, because otherwise it's none of our beeswax. A written complaint on town paper. You have it?
I was given an email or a sheet of, you remember the complaint on this sign?
I didn't receive the complaint on this one.
It-
I gave you a
I've got
complaint
it
on
somewhere.
Okay. Do emails count as legal documents? Okay, so I was told by somebody else that it needs to be a written document with a signature.
Authentication is an issue, because obviously somebody else could be on your account,
Okay,
and you could deny it.
and text messages don't count as legal.
I use them all the time in court, but you
Do
can.
you? You can use them as,
Oh, they're fabulous evidence.
okay. What about as a
It's
legal?
much better than having people trying to
So I
recall
have
a
a
telephone
question about that
conversation.
though, because the complaints are considered public access and people can turn in a public request for that. So if it's on your phone, what do I have to do? Contact you and say, do you have this text message on your phone and can you print this out? Because I've got a public
Yeah,
records request.
yeah.
And is
So
it
if you get one on your
signed?
phone, I mean, are you, should they be
No, it's
turning
not.
those into me? If you get a complaint on your phone, should you be printing that and turning that into me?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay. So going forward, I guess if you're taking
And
complaints.
I mean-
It depends on what, the town can accept an oral complaint, or just an anonymous complaint, it depends on what the town council wants to do as far as requiring authentication of a complaint.
I think there needs to be a
Verify.
signature, because
That's up to you
somebody,
guys On what kind of
Right.
complaint that you will consider.
there needs to be a signature in order for it to be validated. That's, you know,
I personally feel about that, I don't know,
it just depends on legalese too.
Well, it depends on what you all decide you want as far as when you will consider someone's complaint, whether it be about the sewer department or water department or signs or whatever. It's up to you guys on whether you want to make sure that it's authentic before you accept the complaint.
Right. So nobody about this complained to me. They asked me questions I didn't know the answers to. That's why I went through it with a fine tooth comb, okay? I went through it with a fine tooth comb because I couldn't answer the questions. So, okay. No, and, I mean, do we ever need to vote on that if a formal complaint needs to have a signature?
You probably should. You really need to set parameters if you want to set parameters. Otherwise, you can consider it an oral complaint. That's up to you guys on whether you want to say, we're not going to consider complaints from the public unless they're written, signed, notarized.
That's right.
So-
Whatever you want.
I want to, the first thing I ask, are you willing to sign your name to it? That's not a complaint then.
And I think we can present complaints, but I don't think we should act on them unless it's a formal complaint. Acting on a complaint and presenting a complaint are totally different. So if we decide to act on it, I need a signature.
I think everything should be signed. Whether it's active or I'm just complaining.
Brian, do you have an opinion after all the words I've said out of my mouth?
No.
No.
Got a lot to think about.
Okay,
I only need to see you too,
okay.
I would like to add, there were two complaints. There was one for the sign, obviously, and another for a property here at the edge of town.
That's the one I gave you.
Those both.
That
came-
was not,
Those both came together.
I have not.
Because
What
we,
was the second one?
because we
The one that I
thought it was
saw,
from a certain person.
the one I saw was for, farm equipment that was rusted
Yes.
and weeds were growing
Yes,
up around
yes.
it
Mhm.
and
But
everything.
that-
So I did receive that one.
And that was signed?
No, it was not signed, it was mailed but no signature. So I did give it to Todd and, but it was not an actual complaint, which we've not actually taken action on.
Generally, when I get complaints, it's either through the office, or somebody shoots me the email, or I hear it from the APC, that sign needs to come down. And that's all I'm doing.
I know, you're acting on it. I'm not throwing anyone, not APC, not you, under the bus. Nobody.
So that's what I would like to know, if we're saying, don't act on any complaint unless you get a signed document, I'm willing to do that. That makes me go a lot less than I go. If that makes any sense.
If we're gonna
Because
act
I chase
on
a
it.
lot of complaints,
Mm-hmm.
just because somebody's don't like something, I have to address it in my mind, so.
But also, I feel, as an APC member, or you, the building inspector, if you see something out of line, like those temporary signs, they need to be brought up. And it's not necessarily a complaint, it's just following.
We just know
Right.
that temporary signs are, we don't have temporary signs, we have to get those addressed.
So
That's correct.
according to this, that doesn't have a 30-day window, or does it?
Not in the right of way.
Not in the right of way.
Okay, I didn't know. I mean, I'm honestly clarifying. So those little signs should be gone immediately.
Yeah, they don't have any crazy.
And they pop up all the
It's not
time, I
on
know,
the
Todd.
town's property or
Oh,
on
it's a
state property.
constant, it's a constant.
I know.
You know, I'm chasing all the time.
Mhm.
Technically, it's probably a criminal offense if you talk to NDOT to put it in the right of way,
Wow.
because you're obstructing traffic, flow, lines.
Well, I know my political signs were all moved because I put them in the wrong place. And I appreciate that. I didn't whine. Like, we had some issues with our signs.
Your political signs are more protective than
I know.
a standard sign.
And they got moved. So, do we want to consider the fact that we do not act on a complaint other than the rules, knowing the rules, you know, like those, until we have a written, or can we vote on that? A signed, and is anonymous considered signed?
No,
Okay,
That's up to you guys.
I know. That's what I was gonna say.
There is no legal requirement as far as. what
Because-
you do here.
I've seen it, you know.
That's up to you guys.
it's up to you.
It's not, it's up to us.
Whatever
No,
you
you,
call it.
if you want to make a motion, you're welcome to
Okay.
make a motion.
Okay,
You know, whether it's approved, that's another.
I know, and I'm 100%, you know that.
Anybody can make a motion.
I've lost before. Okay, so I do make a motion that if there is a complaint, the board can discuss it, think about it, but unless it is signed, we do not act upon it.
Okay.
I have a
What boards-
question about
Yes, sir.
what a complaint is. Are we talking about a complaint for the sign stuff?
there we
Or
go.
Are we talking about
A complaint.
water complaints, sewer complaints,
Yeah, I know,
and then the police department has to be exempt?
yep. Got any phraseology for me, Mr. Patmore?
I mean, you phrased it, you say, no, you won't act on it unless it's a signed complaint,
Okay.
but you could, that could come back to bite you.
Okay, so I'm gonna withdraw my motion until I consider what you just said.
Yeah.
I need to consider
Yeah.
that.
I mean, there are some complaints that,
Yes. Oh, I 100% understand. I appreciate you bringing that up. So I will consider that before I make a motion.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the fire department.
You got my monthly report for the month of June. We had 21 first responder runs, we had a field fire, a tree fire, or a propane tank for a total of 23 runs. The upstairs, they're got done painting, the floor's over halfway in, and they're gonna finish this week. So,
What do you have doing, bathroom, bedrooms,
2 bedrooms, well, not really bedrooms.
bunks?
Right. We had a snafu with the windows, we couldn't get them to the outside because of the gables, so we had to put them to the inside of the hall. Todd did come down and look at it. We wanted it out now, we think it's gonna work, I hope it's gonna work, so,
And if not, those will be storage office spaces
I'm
and the
gonna
bedrooms will
we
be
can
where
move
they'll
our
be
offices
aggressive.
up and put bedrooms down.
Yes.
We've got exits to the outside, and you don't have to use steps at night or whatever.
It'll be legal.
Right, we got a lot of options. So they're gonna finish this week, the cabinets will be coming in, and they should be done, so.
Do we still have to furnish these? Do you have beds and everything, or what are you using for?
What?
These rooms?
Do you have furniture?
Right, well, we'll have to get furniture.
Okay, all right, we still have to furnish them.
But typically you write grants for that stuff.
Cots
Or get it like James does.
Right, we had a barbecue, so we've got money
Okay.
to get furniture. We will put a refrigerator, stove, microwave upstairs, so stuff like that. Just thanks everybody for the barbecue, no success, 40 minutes, we were done, thanks for the journal, they gave us a real nice front page. He came down and took some pictures and stuff, and wrote a nice article, so thank you for that. So it did really well. We're gonna participate Public Safety Day, August 16th at Yoder Park. We did participate yesterday at the new fire training center. They started Friday, so we hauled water yesterday. So us and Luce and Christie and Ohio Township for the department center. And I did, give everybody an invoice. I think James got it. He's wanting a third of his money, so, he's supposed to send another one, and they'll be done this week, so probably by August we'll have everything.
And what is this covering?
It's a third of the bid.
Okay, and
Does he need to explain what in
Material costs.
I think it needs to be broke down what he's supplying according to the original bid. You know, if we have a bid that he's putting this stuff in, then, you know, we need to see what third that we're paying for.
Was the third broken down, was the bid broken down into pieces and parts?
Yeah, he had it all out.
Okay.
I think James got the bid.
Okay,
He tried to get a hold of Kevin numerous times for the contract.
I traded contact with him all through December, January.
Yeah, so there's stuff going on.
yeah, and maybe have him put on there a third of the bid.
A third of
So
it
we know
consists
each
of
one,
what?
It says
yeah.
Lumber and
Oh, on the back it says it's a
drywall
third.
It's
and-
not itemized, but it says one.
Oh, it says it good, right there, good, yeah.
But it's not listed.
Probably ask him if he
It's
can give
not
us some
itemized, it's
itemization.
material. It just says a third of the bid price material.
So are we gonna be okay if we don't pay that bill until after our next meeting?
Just gotta talk to him. If he stops, he stops.
Yeah,
Cause he's so close to being done.
just, can you get a hold of him and try to get us that?
Yeah.
So,
Is he gonna sign a no lien contract that he's getting paid for the work that is being done? And he can't rebill us for,
I can do that, yes.
okay,
He'll work with you.
I know. Okay,
that we could attach to the check, you know?
I saw the fire marshal in town this week. Do you know what he was doing here? State fire marshal?
They've been to Christie almost every day.
Okay.
So
I
they're
did-
through here. The head of training's been down here for the last almost 3 days. So they're around, and we don't even know who they are anymore. There's so many new ones. They're getting numerous complaints on the Dollar General store. That's all across the state. It's not just this one.
All right. And they're legitimate complaints, as you know.
Yeah. So, God,
we all know.
So, yeah, we don't even know the
Yeah.
investigator, you know. We don't meet with them. That's all I have.
Thank you, Max.
I will get that for you.
And a question, are you recording your meetings to the public?
We have the capability of doing that. We've got cameras in the meeting room.
Okay,
Yeah.
so anytime we have a public meeting, it's gotta be recorded
As of July 1,
as of,
wasn't it July 1?
Yeah, we've got,
That's not a public meeting. The meetings that they have are not public meetings.
And that's because they're a volunteer fire
That's
department?
Because they're an association that we
So-
contract with to do
So you don't have
business.
to worry about it,
Plus, they're not meeting here.
yeah.
They don't meet in this office.
But we were requiring all the departments to have a video meeting.
But
But
are,
they're not really a department, they are a separate entity and not a product. Santa Claus Volunteer Fire Department, Inc., that just contracts with the town.
so because of their
Let's say
contract,
from
they
a
don't
legal
have-
standpoint, we can't make them do that. If they want to do it, they can, but it's not,
you think
unless we
that's-
put it in
is
our
that how you
contract
understood it?
the next time.
I mean, that's the way I
We have
would
to put it in
understand
our
it, since we pay, we're in contract with them, but they have funds outside, we don't, I mean,
We're on
I don't
business.
know.
They are a separate
Yeah, we're incorporated.
incorporated corporation, not a town entity.
Okay.
Yeah, the town supplies the manpower in the building and pays them a contract amount, they supply the manpower.
Yeah, the equipment's ours, the building's ours, the manpower's theirs.
So unless we find out differently, you're free and clear.
But they are, we do report everything down in this board.
Okay.
All around the building.
Hey, Parks and Rec.
Ready for me to go?
Yep.
Okay, so you have my monthly report. I'll second what Max said earlier. Touch a Truck, our Public Safety Day will be August 16th, 10 to 1 down at Yellow. It's always a good time. Come on down. As far as projects go, we have been repairing the Bermuda Field. We did have some pretty significant winter kill. This past winter, we had a couple weeks that were below zero and no snow cover, and we're on the northern edge of where you can grow Bermuda without something else. So, we did have a little bit of winter kill, but that's being addressed. We're gonna have it repaired by the middle of the month. We did have a sewer pump issue, Parker recently, we got that fixed as well. As far as the items on my list, we do have a second reading of ordinance 2025-02, concerning food truck fees. Kevin?
Yes, it is ordinance 2025-02, an ordinance authorizing sections of the municipal code concerning parks and recreation fees. We just changed the truck fee to $100 a day, but it's $75 if they actually do show up. It's up for second reading and adoption.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-02, an ordinance altering sections of the municipal code concerning parks and recreation fees.
Second.
Have a first by Mike and a second by Trish. Any other discussion on this? If not, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Let it be known, it passes 5-0.
Thank you very much. And then the only other item that I have, I see the appraisals are listed here on the property next to the park. I did reach out to two firms out of Evansville, and I would imagine they should be wrapping those up there in the next 2 weeks. They told me about 5 weeks when I called them after the last monthly meeting. So hopefully we can move right along on that. So I'll get back to you when I get.
Who are the appraisers?
I believe it's Barlow and Associates, and I want to say the other one is it real estate consultants or something to that effect. They're both out of Evansville. I'd have to look back through my notes.
Are they state qualified appraisers?
I would imagine so. I can double check.
Bartlett is on there, yeah. He did all the.
He does all, yeah.
But, so that needs to be, that we're using a licensed certified state appraiser.
Zach, what piece of property is this? Big field or wooded area?
The wooded area, measured about 2.5 acres, so.
Did you say license? Sort of,
Mhm.
thank you.
I was living in Blackstone one time.
Well, that's the thing, I mean, yeah, I'm sure Kevin could probably attest, there's probably been numerous numbers thrown out over the years, but we can't really talk numbers until we get an appraisal, and really it's ultimately up to your all's discretion, regardless of whether the money comes from park funds or from other town funds, so. Yeah. That's all I've got, if anybody's got
Do you
questions.
want to discuss the industrial park?
Oh, yes, thank you.
I have it under industrial park, but if you want to move it up.
Yeah, so, Brad Scales had reached out, regarding the mountain bike park. And he is more than willing to assist with grant writing, well as providing some match as far as construction goes. He does have a company that builds trails, he's very passionate about these mountain bike trails. And he was just asking me if this is something you all are still open to the idea of doing the Patagon Mountain Bike Park in the industrial park. I believe there's 50 acres that we had discussed. That the discussions we had, I mean, we don't feel like there's going to be any industrial firm come in and want to build on that just because of the terrain and the tree cover and drainage and things of that sort. So before he goes to the trouble of trying to get this thing, helping us get this thing off the ground, I just wanted to pull you guys and see what your thoughts were, if you're still open to the idea.
What was that area before? Was it stripper pits or something? What was it? It just was mountainy, rolling,
It was just rolling.
okay, yeah.
So if I remember where we left off on this is the discussion of what we were gonna do with the property, if we were going to give them the property or we were going to lease them the property. This is the best of my recollection, you know, Brad did come, I think, to 1 or 2 meetings and do a presentation on what he was wanting to do. At that time, which I don't know how it is now, but the funding wasn't going, the town, he was going to fundraise the funds before it got started. The land was the only thing. So he did reach back out to see if we could, you know, talk about that again so he can move forward. He does have 2 grant opportunities he would like to pursue, but he doesn't want to pursue that if he's not going to have the space to do it. So
So
I guess we're back to whether we're going to somehow,
grant him the land?
you know, I don't know, and maybe Kevin can add some insight since he's been here for a long time. But
A long time, accentuating.
so with the American Legion building, what the Cooks, didn't they get a right of reversal if that was
Yes.
ever not an
I
American
can tell
Legion
you, I
building
was
again?
Okay.
very much involved in
So
that
is
process.
that something we could do with the industrial park, that as long as it's a mountain bike trail, that they have that property, but if it ever not becomes a mountain bike trail, that would revert back to the town as owners?
And they would have to cover insurance, they would have to cover all that?
Yes, if we do that, yes.
Right.
I don't know if that's a
Yeah,
possibility, is that something
well,
we can
because it's
do?
land owned by you're dealing with apples and oranges here, because that was obviously a private entity.
Right, so I didn't know if that's something we could do as.
You would have to submit it to RFPs basically we want somebody to give us a proposal for, you know, basically leasing this ground with a reversion or, you know, a donation with a reversion on it, but you have to use it to construct a mountain bike trail.
And we can we do that
You
for
You submit it, put it out for RFPs, just like you put out this land for RFPs, and the Brad Scales Group could come in with and you could get Mountain Biking International Enthusiasts Incorporated come in and say, we wanna put a mountain bike trail in there.
And can we put that, can we
But
do that
most
for a
likely you
minimal
would be
fee? Can we do that for like a crisscross applesauce, little bit of $1,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
$1
Who else
deal?
is going to come in and say, yes, I wanna put a
Yeah.
mountain bike trail on this property, that if we ever cease to use it, or anything, it goes back to the town.
So what are the
Or
other
you just lease
options?
it, you just lease it for X number of years. Nobody
And-
else is going to lease it to put a mountain bike trail.
And if we lease it, they have to still cover the insurance. That would be my biggest concern, be the cost of insurance.
Lease probably be a better deal where
Yeah.
either party could get out of the contract.
Yeah,
Easier.
because if they let it go down, whatever,
Mm-hmm,
if it's just not used.
mm-hmm.
So-
Mike, what was your comment?
Or if we would have somebody come in and wanna pay an ungodly amount, where we could, I mean, I'm sure that whatever grant they get, there's going to be certain parameters on how long they have to keep that trail maintained and things,
Mhm.
but what if it's 15 years down the road and somebody does come in and wanna put a GE plant there, which is never gonna happen, but theoretically,
Mm-hmm.
then you could break the lease at that point.
Mike, what were your comments?
Well, I have 2 questions. One, we need to look at the whatever agreement on the donation of that land to the town. And does it say something in there of what it has?
I don't think there was any agreement, in my recollection.
Because Winkler and Cooks both donated land to that.
Yeah.
And you're sure there's no
I've never seen
documentation that
I've got
says,
the original maps and everything. I don't recall there ever being any.
Okay.
I looked through all that stuff pretty in-depth in the
All right.
past.
okay, my second question is, it is currently zoned
Industrial.
industrial. So before anything would happen, we would have to change, the zoning would have to be changed
Yes.
to whatever it needs to be changed.
What would be
to.
changed?
Agricultural.
Agricultural?
Most likely, yeah. That last one, parks, that would be considered a park. But, I mean, you'll look up, what other use is there for it? I mean, you tried to sell it numerous times. You looked into the cost of developing it residentially, it was gonna be $1 million that you got to put
So
out there.
I have a third question I just thought of. The two bids that we were talking about, is any of this land part of that land that those two bids are?
No,
No,
actually,
they're separate.
it would just,
Okay,
yeah, it would be behind it, basically.
okay.
Good questions. So that'll be, probably the next hurdle will be rezoning it.
Well, I don't think that would really deter Brad. I
Okay,
think it's more just, is it likely that it could come to fruition? I would imagine he's probably going to use some in-kind, like construction costs as in-kind match, and he probably would like to be able to use the value of the land as in-kind match as well.
so if it's leased,
That's-
he won't be able to,
That
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to use the
so it would
land
have to be a bid, right? It would have to be,
I don't know, it depends. Could you, I didn't see, you didn't look at the grant proposal and see what they need.
I mean, surely there's a workaround, because, I mean, they've built, I mean, not just his company, but I mean, there's all kinds of mountain bike parks that have been built on public land, and surely there's ways around.
Yeah, there's ways around it, that's, I mean, you might have to do a donation with a reversion.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah.
But like I said, it depends on his grant, what his grant parameters are.
Sure. But anyway, just thoughts, but yeah, I think he would like just to make sure that this is still an opportunity to build a mountain bike park and something that you all are amenable to.
I think it would be a huge plus in this area with all the campers, with, all our visitors again, and our own population. That is a recreational population. Since we have a recreational town here, wouldn't it be a benefit to have that, a mountain bike path? That would be cool.
The next thing would be,
We all know what I think. I spoke before, I mean, I recently just came off of a trip to Nashville, Indiana, where we mountain biked. So, I of course am in favor of having mountain bike trails in my own community, but, they are a huge draw. People travel to go to mountain bikes. Jeff and I, like I've said in previous meetings, we have planned multiple vacations around bike trails. So, I mean, it's a huge community, they travel to where the trails are, but beyond that, the high schools are doing mountain biking clubs now. Our own high school has a mountain biking club, but they have to travel to other locations for the meets and stuff, which would be a benefit to have their own home, instead of always being a guest, to have their own home meets in, their own school district. So I am in favor of it, but I think it would be a
The state park.
big benefit.
Yeah, the state park would probably be very happy too.
Mhm.
Yes.
It would move people, but they don't allow bikes.
Get 'em off the
They
trails.
have people
Yep.
on bikes all the time.
Yep.
Yes, and
Yep.
yeah, I know that they have trouble enforcing that as well, so it would give them an opportunity. And
Well-
plus,
I think the big thing that we came to when this was initially being discussed is there's a synergistic effect of having these mountain bike parks in close proximity. So you've got like one Scales Lake, you've got one, I think there's one in Owensboro.
there's one.
It becomes kind of a destination because they can hit 5 or 6 of them in a week.
Right.
Not only that, but then even local mountain bike clubs with high schools, they can go to different parks nearby. They don't have to drive 2 hours to go hit a mountain bike park. Not only that, it's another activity that residents can do, local communities. So I think all the way around it could be a good thing. commend Brad, he's very passionate about it.
Yes.
Kevin, what were you gonna say?
The other thing, you know, is there electric down there,
Yes.
for the sewer?
Yeah.
And then it's gonna come back to policing it, be sure that we're not getting any motorcycle bikes on it, trail bikes or ATVs running through it and tearing it up more.
Would,
Then what
would
the-
like the organization know that and be able to report it to us then? Would they monitor it? How does that work?
I mean, with utilities being out there, I would imagine that it would be very difficult to set up a camera system.
Okay.
A rough idea.
So that
There,
would be good.
there's
All the
sewer, water,
utilities,
electricity
yeah.
on that property.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, all the utilities are.
There's a huge line that runs through the backside
Mhm.
of Crystal Building.
Well, we were even fixing that, I think. That was part of the plan, was making sure the industrial park line was running well.
I have a request, helicopter pad. Exactly.
Will that work
Well,
on
there's
those
enough
hills?
acreage there. There's enough acreage there, so I'm sure it can be done.
Yeah.
So, if that's something you all are open to.
Let's look at the medical side of it.
Sure, sure.
I think we still are. I think we still
Yeah.
are. I know it's been over a year or so.
Yeah, since we
too,
got to talk
anyway.
to him.
Well, I
Since
know,
we're- yeah.
whenever we had initially discussed it, I believe we were hoping to apply for Ready 2.0, and then some things got shaken up, to where that wasn't really an option, so, just the fact that he still wanted to pursue it, I think if he can help us, and we can help him, and it's went all the way around.
So what do you think's next steps?
See what he.
See what he needs on
Yeah,
the
that's
grant?
Yeah.
Need like a letter of understanding, or what does he need
Right.
exactly to move forward with his plans?
Sure.
And how can he use the land value for the grant? What's the best,
It
you know?
would, yeah, I mean, it would be a huge help if you could, you know, provide any kind of construction costs, and then we could provide any kind of value of land, I mean, that would help quite a bit, I would imagine. So, I can, yeah, discuss that with him, and I'm sure Kevin and I will have some more discussions on legally how all that could work, and hopefully still be able to help him out, and he can help us out, so.
He won't be able to use that land as,
Down payment.
a
Match.
match unless he owns the land.
Right, that's why I was saying, can we do a dollar deal?
We use the easement on Harry Children's property for our match on the trail there. We use the value of that easement going across Harry Children's property.
So you can use it.
Yeah, depending on how you just have to look at the grant, you have to look at the grant parameters and see what they allow as a match, and then you can structure it to make it fit.
That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
You have any new batteries, Jane?
Maybe mine did. Look,
Yeah.
I guess she took them.
so I did do mine.
Yeah, too.
Hopefully, we can still be
Mine
heard.
went right back off
Yeah.
after I turned it on.
Zach, I do want to say that I appreciate your quick advertising of the bathroom problems, of the, you know, like Jesse doing the mom meetup. And you guys all, I feel like police department, fire department, you all let people know what's going on, the town, the water, everybody. So I think that is a huge perk.
Well, it all comes down to communication, I mean, I think that's really what the residents want more than anything, is just transparency and communication. I mean, that's what we all want, we're all residents here, you know?
Yep.
So, I appreciate the comments, though, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Kevin, can I make a quick comment just about something that's on here?
Yeah.
Okay, on his, he's got to talk about the DNR, LWCF grant, that the state DNR is not providing a local grant program this year. I recently got an email from Region 15, and I don't know if the rest of you guys got it or not, but anyway, they pretty much think that almost all the funding grants for EDA and numerous other federal programs are not included in the current budget proposal for Congress, and that most of these grants are gonna dry up. So,
I think the trails one too, isn't it? Wasn't that one that they were,
well, the ones that are
not the one we
already-
have,
Ones that
no,
we
but the one
already
in the
have.
future, right?
Yeah,
Anything, right?
so grant money is going to be a lot harder to get.
Yes.
My plan is we can discuss that further at the budget hearing at the end of the month, is my
Yeah.
plan, so. trying to come up with an alternate plan.
Okay. Hello,
Okay, if we can move on, he's up there already.
He's on it.
Any questions on my report? Things have, for some odd reason, have just really slowed down.
Real estate slowed down, everything's slowed down.
The interest rates,
I don't know either. I think
Rates are
there's
still the same.
a worry,
Interest rates and insurance rates both
yeah.
going up.
I think there's commitment worries, you know.
anyway, there's been a whole lot less home building.
I know.
I've spoken to the county, and Patty, she said that it's still going pretty good, but not like it was.
Yeah.
Looks like most of my job now is chasing signs. Anyway, any questions?
Nope, I guess we see you Monday.
All right,
Thank you, Todd.
we'll be there.
Anybody standing in?
I don't think so.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, all I have is a monthly report, I feel kind of left out on how much tonight. If I have some questions, I'd say it's been a rough start to July, so please keep looking in your prayers. They've worked 2 fatalities, and 1 here in Lake Rudolph Saturday night, and then we had 1, technically it was in the county. And then I responded last Thursday to a 4-year-old who was ran over by a car, trapped under the car on his bicycle in Lake Rudolph. Luckily, he has, he's a tough little dude.
I was getting ready to say it, you took the words out of my mouth. I just wanna say this is the toughest little boy I've ever seen in my entire life. He came into my office and he was so tough.
His family brought him back up here to see his hero, so I didn't do anything, but I got pictures with him. I did go over the next night, Friday, and talk to him some more, and they said he may have to have some skin graft and stuff like that, because it drug him 15 feet.
We've had
So it's
4
been,
runs, well, fatality, that was Friday night.
Yeah.
And the little boy, we had a 14-year-old girl that had a head injury.
it's been a bad year. I'm hoping it's done now. One of our officers actually had to take a mental health day.
Oh, good.
Did it from it, so. But other than that, that's all I have.
Okay. I guess we're still getting assistance from other departments, and we're still assisting all the other departments in the county, northern part of the county. Okay.
Cotega County has done really well. They got permission to hire, obviously, more officers. So a lot of times they have 4 people, 3 to 4 people on at night, where back in the day there was maybe 1, 2. So
That's good.
they've increased their patrolling and things like that. Odell, we still help them out. They need more officers too. So, but yeah, everybody's helping each other like we should.
Okay. And we adjust the hours of the people on patrol according to the weekends, the attendance, the holidays, stuff like that. Okay.
Everybody's out late. Matter of fact, the Friday night deal was pretty late, and I got a phone call at midnight to wake me up, so,
We got back 30.
3 a.m.
30 in the morning.
yeah.
Bob was with us, with county police at the church.
Yeah. It was a mess. But, hopefully it slows down.
Okay. Appreciate your help and your service of your people, and everybody be safe out there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, water does have an ordinance though.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
standing in for
Okay,
Russ.
thank you.
So I'm just gonna go down the list and make it as quick as possible.
We're gonna do trails.
Under trails, we
Okay.
have an invoice from Midwest Engineering. It is invoice number 2 2024-07900-01. And this is for the Next Level Trails, and the invoice is in the amount of $81,530.45.
Make a motion to approve the invoice for Midwestern Engineers for the Next Level Travel Project in the amount of $81,530.45.
Second.
Have a first from Jason, a second from Trish for this trail invoice. Any other discussion on it? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let me know when it passes 5-0.
Trails, we also have a bid opening tonight, on bids that were submitted for the trail project.
I will pass out bid forms if you want to start.
First one is from JBI Construction,
JBI.
JBI, Juliet Brown.
Thank you, sir. Is this, will we have a base bid A and also a mandatory alternate bid B?
That is correct, yes.
And they should all have listed both of those.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Yes, got
Here we go. Got it, okay, now the one looking for. Total bid is $1,121,979.75. It's $1,121,979.75. Item B is $12,665. That's $12,665. Supposed to be something else.
Nope, that's it. I will just let the group know, so base bid, of course, the main trail, that mandatory alternate B, that would be actually putting in class 1 drive where the entrance to the soccer fields are for the school.
Okay,
We have gravel in the base bid, that would
Yep.
maintain gravel, but the mandatory alternate is for that.
okay.
This is CNR Construction out of Portland, Indiana. $1,274,251.75. $1,274,251.75. And the item B is $23,744. That's $23,744. Knees Construction from Jasper. $1,031,408.77. That's $1,031,408.77. Item B is $11,894.30. That's $11,894.30. And finally, Omni Earthworks LLC out of Huntingburg.
Go back and find it so I can have it. There it was. Stuck together.
Okay. $1,370,796.95. $1,370,796.95. And the item B is $17,526. That's $17,526.
Now for review, will that be Clint reviewing these? That will not be Russ, that will be,
I'll
With
review
Russ.
this. Yeah, I'll prepare a bid
Okay.
review recommendation letter, get that over to Russ and ultimately should have review as
Okay.
well. I will share with you tonight, my estimate on the project was right around 900,000, so the apparent low bidder is slightly higher than my estimate by about 131,000, so. I will review that in detail and look at your budget that you have available and see if we can make it work. I'll go through that with Russ when he gets back, so.
so if we say, you know, per that person looking at the specs, should we say Russ? Or should we say Clint? Or say Clint and Russ?
Just table it pending review by the engineer
Okay.
and Russ. They're gonna.
Okay, that's what I know, I just want to know how to,
Table it pending review by the engineer and street superintendent, utility superintendent, jack of all trades.
So we sent bids out to all these 8 people?
Yeah, these are the plan holders, so we publicly advertised, we also sent it out to a group that we work, in the towns worked with in the past, so out of that, these were the 8 that purchased plans for the project, and it looks like we got about half of them that actually did, so. Those are probably the ones that I would have expected, those are the ones that asked some questions during the bidding process, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good, a lot of local firms here, we work with all of these companies in the past, so.
Okay.
I'll grab the bids, I'll prepare that bid review and recommendation letter, and then Jane, I'll bring the originals back to you as soon as I'm done. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Do we
Need a
want to make
motion.
a motion?
Before he takes it.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the bid from,
No, table it.
oh, table it, okay, table it, okay. And wait
Table
for
the
the,
bids pending engineer.
right.
and superintendent. Okay,
Is that
and I
a-
second it
Okay, I have
to
a first.
table.
Have a first from Mike, a second from Trish, the table. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let be known, it's passed the table, 5-0. Okay, Jane, you're still up.
Okay, that's all we have for trails under the street department. I have, an invoice number 2024062000-03 from Midwestern Engineering. This is for additional engineering and easement acquisition And this is gonna get paid for from the Community Crossings grant. And the amount of the invoice is $1,913.21.
Make a motion to approve the invoice for Midwestern Engineers.
It is for additional engineering
Additional
easement
engineering
acquisition.
From the Community Crossings grant in the amount of $1,913.21.
Second.
Have a first from Jason, a second from Mike, for the street department bid, bill rather. Any other discussion on that? If not, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Let be known, it passes 5-0.
That one's already bid.
This curve,
Yeah, the curb.
yeah, that's what this.
That's for the curb road,
That's for
yeah.
easements on that project,
Yeah, that's what I
yeah.
said, I said that's what.
We, I believe construction will start in September, is what I heard that, so.
So are they rerouting, on the country roads to get to the back gate and to
Yeah,
get to
there's
the
an
golf
inventory,
course?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, and they'll be able to enter that side golf course lot
Yes.
right in that,
Part of the spec, we require they have to provide access for that.
good. And then the people who live on that road will have access, of course,
Yeah,
okay.
And also the church.
And the schools will be notified because of all the bus routes
Absolutely.
that have to change?
Yep, we have a provision in our section that requires advance notice.
That's gonna be the coolest part.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to wastewater. I'm gonna start with an invoice from Midwest Engineering, and, it is in the amount of $5,220.25. The invoice number is 2023-05-902-14, and it's gonna get paid from wastewater capital improvement.
Make a motion to approve the invoice for Midwest Engineers for wastewater from capital improvements in the amount of $5,220.25.
Second.
Have a first from Jason, a second from Brian, to approve this invoice. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let be known, it passes 5-0.
Okay, we also, under wastewater, have a bid opening. This is for the lift station. Actually, I'm not 100% what it's for. It's for a lift station. I'm just gonna be honest.
It says lift station bid on it.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
lift
That must
station
be-
bid.
Okay.
Once Kevin opens them, maybe.
We'll know for sure.
Yeah. This is one of the challenges with us isn't here.
Yes.
I'm actually on this one.
Oh, this is from Strafer Pump,
You wanna spell it?
Straeffer.
Okay. Okay.
This is for lift station 7 and 18 control panel replacement.
There we go.
This is their proposal for lift station number 7 and lift station number 18 control panel replacements. If you have any questions or need additional information, don't hesitate to call us. Okay, for lift station number 7, $23,156. For lift station number 18, it's $23,156. This says it's from Xylem, well, it also says flight equipment. So we'll find out. We'll find out. Who is Xylem?
Yeah, they grab flight equipment, so.
Okay.
anything about that, yeah.
Okay. Just has two different things on it. Yes, Xylem Water Solutions USA Inc. out of Evansville. $25,640.38.
Is that for 7?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, 25, and the other one is 26, so they give a total price, $55,179.38.
So 7's 25,000?
Well,
Lift station
They
or?
just give a total.
not really, he gives a different price for each of those, but then he's got a freight charge, which would be half and half, I guess.
Okay.
He's got 25,640.38 for the one, lift station 7. He's got 26,850 for lift station 18, but then he's got a freight charge of $2,689 for a total price of $55,179.38.
So, check my math, to be 46,312 from Strafer. If they're in your total, 46,312.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Yoakum Tech Company? Yoakum Technology Company out of Dale.
Says I'm totally different.
This can't be right. $5,557.
Is that for the,
That's also for the pump. Me neither.
He's just doing technical support.
oh, so it's not
He's
actually.
done an AC drive RM 20 horsepower, 200, he's done the wiring for these, I think, is what it looks like to me. Regular steel enclosure, 120 volt control relays with bases. 6 hours
So it's
installed.
not for the actual control.
This is for lift station 2. He's got 6 hours installed new drives on lift station 2. I don't think this is for the same thing.
No,
I wish it was.
I know, because now we've only got 2 bids.
Yeah.
We need 2 is enough.
But I would take it, let Russ take a look at it.
Oh, yes,
Make sure they're the right thing.
Definitely.
Or you could take the low and authorize him to accept it if it meets all of his parameters.
Go ahead, Mike, have at it.
I don't know how dire is the need for these pumps. I mean, it could be something you need.
Yeah, I think
like
we need.
yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Amount of water.
I'll make a motion to approve the lowest bid on the first one, whatever that company's name is. Yeah.
Strafer.
Subject to Russ's review and approval.
Okay.
Second.
Have a first from Mike and a second from Jason to approve the lowest bid on Russ's decision. Any other discussion on that? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let it be known, passes 5-0.
Okay, on the water. I have a Midwest engineer, for the Mariah Hill line. It is gonna get paid from the county ARPA fund. The invoice number is 2024-08-000-03. And the amount of the invoice is $24,990.
Make a motion to approve the invoice for the Mariah Hill extension in the amount of $24,990.
Second. Go ahead.
Mike, you get it. You got it, Mike.
Put Mike down?
Yep.
Okay. Have a first from Jason, a second from Mike, to pay this invoice concerning the water extension. Any
And
other?
it's gonna get paid from the county ARPA. So what happens is I send this invoice and claim to the auditor at the county level, and then she pays them directly.
Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion on this? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. That Be known, passes 5-0. Boy, you got some good news to go back to work tomorrow.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's a pretty impressive.
I think Clint's taking me on vacation.
I guess.
Vacation.
So what type of debt collector fee are you?
Okay, so next on water, the water report, the CCR water report has been posted on the website and it has been published in the newspaper.
Last Monday,
The date of the newspaper, 7/7/25,
so last Monday.
and that's just information.
Okay.
He wanted me to report on the new employees. He has a new, admin girl in his office. And, she started just this past month. Her name is Olive Smith, and she has been doing an excellent job so far, getting settled in and trying to learn the ropes, but everything's going smooth. And Dylan Warren has completed his 60-day orientation period, and I've heard nothing but good remarks for his job performance as well. So job well done by Dylan, and he's getting settled in as well. And that is all I have for Russ. We've already discussed.
Does Russ have any incentive since he reached his 60 days?
Yes, I think he will be bringing that to you. He did not.
Okay, have it for
He has
tonight.
not discussed that, but yes, I.
Yeah, it's
expect
usually
that to
the
be
pay
coming
boost
since
on
it's
it.
completed, but
Mhm.
Okay.
Will you have to wait till the next meeting to do that?
we can make it retro, but honestly, I don't know that he even has, I think he does it as a courtesy, but as
Yeah,
long
he
as it's
does have to
under
get
the
it
salary,
approved.
then
It's
he's
Right.
already approved the salary.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't
don't
have
think
to,
he
we don't
has
have to approve.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he just.
we just gotta be in the know.
Yeah, unless it's gonna go above and beyond
Yeah.
what's already been approved in the salary ordinance, so.
Okay.
The next thing I have is town attorney with the wheel tax.
No, I've got some
Okay.
underwater, I've got some underwater first.
Oh, the ordinance underwater.
I have for your consideration ordinance number 2025-03, an ordinance adding section 10.04.800 to the municipal code of the town of Santa Claus, Indiana, establishing a program for protecting the public water system from contamination due to backflow of contaminants into the public water system.
That's good.
This is required and has been required by the state for some time. The best I could see, I think I had sent you all, not all of you, but I had
Those,
posted it to the town council back in 2005. And it was kind of hashed around at that time, and basically kicked the can down the road, said we're not gonna do it right now. Apparently I did. Russ actually tipped me off a couple weeks ago. He said, this is gonna be coming down the pike, because another local community
had an
had
issue.
the item inspector come in, and he said, where's your cross-contamination ordinance? So, we already had it in the works. Whenever the item inspector visited him last week, he said, where's your cross-contamination ordinance? So, this is the bare bones that I put together. Russ said he would like to get a first reading on it at least tonight. He and I still want to hash out some things, and then you all are going to make some value considerations based upon how in-depth you want to be with the required connections. A lot of municipalities actually require amortization of commercial uses. Any new commercial use has to have backflow prevention. And then anytime any renovation's done, or any tenant changes in a commercial building, anything like that, then you have to put in the backflow prevention. Because that's, according to IDEM, that's one of your biggest risks is, you know, commercial businesses that have.
Ick.
Well, like, the soda fountain.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually, if you have a low pressure event, it can suck that stuff back into your water system.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we gotta be able with Holiday World, but that's a possibility, but dishwashing sinks, if they let their hose lay in the sink and then you have the back pressure, it can suck all that dirty water back into your system, so,
Or a simple check valve.
yeah,
They just need a check valve, is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay, because like Santa Claus Exterior Cleaning does not own a facility, so they have no water on property, but if they ever do this, then they need to know they have to have a check valve.
Yeah, and it depends, I mean, Russ, like I said, Russ is still kind of weighing what, how much work he, because it's obviously a lot more work for him too, if you're making him go out and check on residential buildings and things. but it's something items required, but he said he would like to first reading it so that we can bring something back, hopefully in final form next month.
You think the state eventually be requiring this on residential housing too?
Well, according to Russ, all of our new residential meters have some kind of a thing in there. There's like a check valve in those radio read meters that we have.
Okay.
Which I think they're about 90% retrofitting everybody with those anyway. And maybe 10% now, I don't even know. So they've actually got a check valve feature in all of the new meters that they put into residences. I don't think it meets the requirements for commercial, but it's good enough for residential.
I don't think they will answer the question. I think they're having a hard enough time getting communities to do this for commercial and industrial, so. I think
Okay.
it'll be a long ways.
Just curious.
And residential, the big threat is garden hoses. But
Yeah.
garden hoses have anti-siphon thing on it.
Yes.
So that's to keep it, come back into your home water supply. The little plastic thing on top of your outdoor water spigot.
I don't have those on mine.
Yeah, you did. You should. Well, your house may be able to. Almost all of them have. That's what that's for, is that's an anti-siphon thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, so this is up for your consideration on first reading.
Make a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 2025-03.
Second.
A first from Jason, a second from Trish, to approve the ordinance 2025-03. Any other discussion on it?
I like how easy it is to understand.
Okay. If not, this is the first reading, so we will be addressing it later if anybody got any other questions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let me know, passes 5-0.
Okay, the other thing I have for you that's not on the agenda is the industrial park, the land sale. You had 2 bids or proposals for the purchase of that 6 acres. Dylan Warren, 31,000. Shenandoah House was at 28,000. I did reach out to Shannon, he said he would be willing to pay more for it, but it's a question, you do have the authority to entertain a higher bid. Both of them cause me a bit of concern because they do have rezoning issues, especially the Warren one, because he's saying that the town will allow residential or commercial rezoning. I think you need to send that back down to your APC because they just turned down Santa Paws, which is a business right next to this, wanted to put a separate caretaker's residence on the property. And Giles kind of says it has a caretaker's facility on there too, so Advisory Planning Commission should give you all input on it, whether you accept either bid with those conditions on there. Ultimately, the rezoning is your decision, but that's why you've got an Advisory Plan Commission. And those just both can be paused, so I would say table this for next month. And one of you needs, somebody needs to make a motion, you need to pass a motion to refer it down to the Advisory Plan Commission for their input on the rezoning aspects of these proposals. Because both of them need to be paused before you would have their input on it. The commercial, not so much, because you have started putting commercial businesses down.
To APC, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have a motion?
Yep, I'll make a motion that we refer this to APC for rezoning aspects. Is that good enough?
But we would have final,
You only have final decision on zoning. It's a legislative act by you to rezone
Right.
property.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can say, we're going to allow residential property, use of this property.
well, I'm just saying I would never approve it. I don't know if anybody else does, so.
So could we have done that with Santa Paws too? Could we buck what they decided?
What?
Could we buck what they decided with Santa Paws then? Can we say, nope, we decided, yes, you can have a caretaker place?
You'd have to rezone the property residential.
Yeah, I know, but can we decide that?
Yeah, you could rezone it.
Okay.
But you're getting into an issue, again, you might as well. get rid of
Spot zoning.
You might as well get rid of your zoning if you start.
I know, but if we do this rezone to residential, then why
No,
would
that's
other
what I'm saying,
places?
I don't think we should do that.
No, I don't either. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if we're going to, then why wouldn't we do it for everybody?
Yeah.
So if Advisory Plan Commission may come back and say, we don't recommend residential, but we recommend commercial, then you go back to Dylan and say.
Right. Can you do it with
Can you take
commercial?
out that residential provision?
Mhm.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
we would allow commercial development on
Yeah.
that property.
So just don't really understand. So why would Santa Paws have to rezone residential if the caretaker house is directly tied to income with a job at that facility? I mean,
Some zoning
there's not gonna
ordinance-
be any other, it's gonna be an employee that's, if they're no longer an employee, they're not gonna live there. It's gonna be directly tied to their commercial business. So I guess
But it's not,
I'm
it was going to be a
confused.
separate unit,
Right,
and that's what the advisor, again, trying to.
So it
work-
needs to be
trying work with-
attached?
It
They
needs to
said,
be
why don't
attached.
you just build a
Okay,
little
attached,
section
yeah.
inside of there that's where the, you know, put a cot in there or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you build a separate structure, what's going to keep them from renting it out to somebody?
Do the employees at Rudolph, or whatever it's called, Lake Rudolph, have a separate, or are they in their own? Because there's like 3 permanent residents employee over
I
here.
have no idea.
Okay.
I just curious, because I didn't
Yeah,
understand
that's-
the resident,
Because
why it
the
has to
reason
be
that
its own
APC
place.
told them they could not do it is because
Because it's separate residents.
they're gonna build a separate unit for a residence, which means somebody could,
Right.
once you allow them to build that building, how are you going to police whether they're
So you mean
keeping
like
it?
if Santa Paws is no longer?
Well, no, they're still
owners?
operating there, but they decide, well, we don't need somebody staying there 24/7, so now we're gonna rent it out. Clint needs a place to live, so we're gonna rent it out to Clint.
We
The
don't
town's not gonna
want
know that you're using it for residential.
residential housing in the industrial area.
Yeah, I was just confused. I
Some,
didn't
in
understand
some
how that
business
worked.
districts, like in older towns, that used to be the standard, was your storefront was on the bottom floor.
Yeah, and your
people lived on the
report- yeah.
second.
Which we
Like
don't
Dale's
have any
don't-
of those,
No.
but like in Rockport.
But Dale and Rockport, older
Boonville,
towns, you
Huntingburg.
have that. It's
Mhm.
where you allow on-premises housing for people who work there,
So
but
they
the
have
town
to,
is.
they just have to be zoned.
Funeral home, for instance.
Yeah.
But we just, the
I'm
town
just-
zoning
I was
just
just
never did have
confused.
that,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Trying to learn.
You can't
stuff.
put that on there where you allow employee housing on a commercial property. It's just, that's not what is permitted right now.
Can commercial property be Verbo or Airbnb? Which would be temporary
Commercial.
residence?
Oh, yeah, because that's where hotels are permitted, is in a commercial district. Yeah, that's perfectly permissible in a commercial district. Itinerant housing. Before Verbo and Airbnb, that's where all your itinerant housing was.
So when an employee, I'm still confused. She's brought that up.
It's
Now
because it's a separate
opened up
building.
another
It's
question.
because it's a separate building. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
But an Airbnb would be a separate building as well. So they could have an Airbnb, but they can't have,
You can't have residential rental property in a commercial district. And that's what they're talking about, putting it, if somebody's gonna be there 24/7, it's basically their house.
but it's still temporary because it's based on their
Employment.
employment.
Not really. Not if it's the owner or the, actually, I think it's her mother. Itinerant housing is appropriate in a commercial district. Residential real estate, residential buildings are not appropriate in a commercial district.
I think the problem is future use. I think that's the problem, future use. Because now you've got it. Then what if you decide to make it a permanent house?
So they could build a separate building, say it's an Airbnb and the rental from the Airbnb is actually their salary and they would be okay.
No, because it's the same person living there.
Constantly.
Constantly.
It's a rental property.
Oh, I see.
So what they need to do is build
I
on,
get it now. I'm just trying to follow how, that threw up a whole nother question.
build on
Before
a,
Airbnb and stuff, you didn't have itinerant lodging in residential. In fact, most places, that's why they passed a state law that said towns cannot restrict Airbnbs in residential districts, because a lot of municipalities came in and said, we don't want you letting these people stay here just on overnight or weekend stays in the residential area. This is only supposed to be for people who live here or rent long term.
and if APC says that it cannot be or can be rezoned residential, can any kind of home go? Or will there have to be
Well, they would
specific?
recommend.
What to
or
do?
It depends on what kind of I mean, they may give you, yeah, they give you recommendation, and then you
Okay.
can say, we don't agree with that, we're gonna allow them, we're gonna agree that we will rezone it R2 or R3,
Okay,
or whatever.
And the town board has, in
final
instances,
say,
yeah,
Done
and
that.
has not agreed with
right,
PC on
Right.
occasion, or
They are an
Okay.
advisory plan commission.
okay. Okay,
So, yeah,
I made the motion, so
Yeah, so
we're just
we
waiting for a
motion-
second.
Table it pending APC.
We have a motion to table and send to APC for consideration
Yes.
on zoning requirements.
So we just need a second if that's,
Yep.
Second.
okay.
From who?
It doesn't make any difference.
Okay. I have a first from Trish and a second from Jason and Mike.
You said Jason first.
Jason. Any other discussion on this? If not, all those in favor to refer to APC? All those say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Be known.
I'm gonna abstain.
Abstain, okay. So let it be known, it passes 4-1 rather.
4-0.
4-0-1,
Yeah.
okay.
Wheel tax?
Wheel tax. I just need your authorization to go ahead and prepare a ordinance establishing a wheel tax fund. I sent you an email, basically, it's mandated in order to get any more community crossing money out of it. The county, we can't adopt it, the town cannot put in a wheel tax to their population, it's 5,000. The town is a portion, a piece of the county, they have not gotten it passed. I'm not sure if we're still eligible for community crossing, if the county does pass it. There was no real good answer on that. If they're going to completely, not let any municipalities in the county have it, if the county doesn't adopt a wheel tax, it's kind of a statute.
So this is this is an if they do ordinance, so we wanna,
Well, I'm sure they're going to, because otherwise, like I said, the county's not going to ever be able to get community crossings if they don't pass a wheel tax. And I'm not sure, it could actually kill all the municipalities in the county too if they don't pass a wheel tax. Because that's going to be a prerequisite for community crossings money, which we know how lucrative community crossings money has been for projects here in town. So I would say we need to get that fund established
Right.
now, so we're ready for it.
So, make a
No problem.
motion to advise.
I'll have it for you next month. I just want to
Yep.
make sure. I
So-
assume there was not gonna be objection. I don't think-
create an ordinance for wheel tax, right?
So I have a first from Mike and a second from Trish,
The
okay.
second.
To establish the wheel tax. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. Let be known, passes 5-0.
That's all I have for you.
We
Okay,
have two miscellaneous,
Um,
one we missed, 5A, at the very top, we missed that one.
yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up.
I didn't know
Yeah, I was gonna
if you
say
caught
that's
it.
mine
I
too.
was just-
So we
Re-
have, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Regional 15 sent out that we need to be,
Our wish list.
our wish list. They did send an email with our current,
I forwarded it out to you, and all of our current projects are listed on there, it would just be if you wanted to add any additional, if you wanted that added additional, you need to let me know, so we can get that added to the list.
Do we have
So we can-
this Lincoln Discovery Trail on there?
Yeah, so we can do it on there, yeah.
I can check real quick, here it
Yeah,
is.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
I went through it and checked and they were all on there. There was even the park plan was
Park,
on there.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna ask
not the official, but park plan.
Right.
And renovating the park was listed on there.
Was that East Side Trail Development, is that what it was?
No, that's done.
That's
The East
done.
Side Trail Development's done.
Santa Claus Ferdinand Trail Connection?
That's, no, I mean, you can leave it on there. The
Yeah, I
one I'm
know.
talking about is the
I know
Santa
the one
Claus
you're talking
Lincoln
about.
Trail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is not on there.
Update that.
Yes.
I think we need to add street lighting to the trails and the crossing.
yeah,
Oh, we have that on here.
Is
Santa
that
Claus
on
Trail
there?
Street Light Program.
Where's that at?
I don't know that many copies. I sent that by email.
No, it was, yeah, and she
I
sent it
printed
to
it,
us
that's
too.
why I'm looking
Yeah.
for it.
Oh, no, it is. Completion of Lincoln Discovery Trail was under community, yeah, but it's weird because planning had the other trails, but then community facilities had the Discovery Trail, so we don't have to add it. Yeah, I know, I thought it was too.
It's on there, it would just be if you think of anything else you would want added, I need to know that, so we can add it to that plan.
Yeah. I think, yeah,
Is his park on there for his
Yes.
renovations?
yeah. Ball
Acquisition of
field,
land?
drainage, parking, lighting, playground, all that for the park is on there.
What about land?
Land acquisition,
Yeah,
is it, or not? I don't think so. I mean, like infrastructure, economic, industrial park development, no, I don't think so.
might want to add that one.
Add land acquisition.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think that's on there at all. Community center upgrades, all it has with park is field, drainage, parking, lighting, playground.
Yeah, pretty much generally covers it.
I know it does. It does.
But the land, you gotta have land.
Well, the good news is even without acquisition, I think we can still get a lot done, so.
This siren project kind of interests me since we have such a large intake of humans in this town.
What?
It's under public safety. We put down a siren project, you know, like an
Yeah.
alert. We have a huge amount of people here.
USDA funds those, but if we put those in town, we cannot allow them to be heard within Christmas Lake Village, was the last time.
Cool.
We tried to get funding for it before. And you just.
Because of a
Because
no,
the income levels, they had to be strategically spaced, it was gonna be like $1 million or something, but you could not allow the people within Christmas Lake Village to hear the siren. Or disqualified from the funding.
And when,
that
Oh,
is
that was,
amazing. That is
we had to make
amazing.
it so they would not be liable within Christmas Lake Village, and they could not.
Hey, don't bug me.
Everybody had earplugs.
we wanted to include the 3 schools in it.
Yeah,
And they wouldn't.
they wouldn't even do that. Oh,
So the campground, Holiday World, they could cover, but we could not allow them to be liable.
so we couldn't hear them.
Yeah.
I
They
think,
even brought a truck out one time and had one up on it. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they came out, we had several different companies trying to give us quotes and stuff, and nobody could come up with a
They
way
took their
to put them in town and make it unlawful when you couldn't play, so you had to be.
I think the weather band radios have helped on that. And also, I think everybody use the cell phones, they can put text messages.
So Kevin, silly question, is there a way that we could work with the county on that to place it closer to like somewhere out in the county, like St. Minor or Fulton, where it could still be audible? Because, I mean, realistically, they're gonna issue warnings
There's
based
a
on the
high
county,
school,
not the
there's a
police.
siren at the high school.
There is one at the high school?
Yeah.
Cool.
Parker's got.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the problem is, I don't know how they came up, I mean,
That's
I'm not an
great.
expert on, because I mean, it's like the fireworks over at Holiday World, depending on the humidity and the wind.
Can they reassess,
Sometimes we can hear them, sometimes we can't.
can they reassess the financial status of the village since people like me live there and?
You
I
were
don't
there when
mind
it
it.
was done.
I have a
You were-
I have a question.
I
You were
was there,
there,
yeah,
yeah.
because I was there the
And you
whole
made
time.
less money
And I
because
hardly
you
made
were,
any.
because you were a newer teacher at the time.
And
Hang on a
Dave was in
second.
the factory.
I think that clause is only for getting grants for it. I mean,
That was
nobody could,
USD. Oh, yeah, we could pay for it, but it was.
It's big
millions
money.
of dollars.
we could pay and put the
Yeah.
signs up and
It
do
was-
it. It
it
was
was not
only,
cheap.
we couldn't get the grant money because of the,
USDA has funding for sirens.
Yeah.
They could not fund it.
Gosh,
Because of the
that
income
was
levels and-
just
And
crazy.
Christmas Lake Village specifically. It can be heard in Holiday Village, but it can't be heard in.
That's crazy.
Christmas Lake Village.
That's great. But the poor folks live.
Yeah, I don't know about if it could be put in the county. If the county, I'd say they would do the same thing to the county. I don't think the county.
Yeah, I know.
That would be my experience.
but usually the things that were excluded from are because of the per capita income, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they put it out in the county, per capita income,
I don't know if they would count. I remember us.
Right. Oh, I know. We've
Yeah,
got-
he said that that's what it
They had the little
was.
dome of coverage of where that could be
Oh,
heard. and
that
it was
is
like
insane.
all of the way they overlapped and stuff, they could not fund it. We had to go back to USDA.
That's insane.
yeah. Now, we've been through this 2 or 3 times and every
That
time.
is crazy. Okay, so I think
Okay.
the list looks good.
Okay, so the only other thing I have is
Good.
we are approaching budget season. It is budget time. We're working on getting all the numbers out to the department heads. We should have those completed hopefully by tomorrow to get those out. So we need to set a budget hearing workshop date and time.
When does it have to be by? When do we need it?
Well, we have our public hearing in September and we have our adoption in October. That's what we've done in the past. I do have my DLGF meeting, on August 15th.
Okay,
So,
prefer way
I'll
before
know-
August 15th.
Yeah, I'll know more about how the budget's gonna look after having a discussion with them, with the revenue, changes, the SB1 bill and all that stuff. So we have been, the clerk treasurers have been kind of going back and forth on what everyone's planning on doing, so we can discuss that at the workshop meeting. But we do need to set a date and time on when you guys want to meet and go over what the department heads are wanting.
So, Jane, were you saying it'd be better after August 15th? So you know more or not?
Well, I will know more after talking with the DLGF, but in the past, we've always met ahead of time just to kind of
Okay.
see, so they know kind of what everyone's wanting, and then we'll see, what we're looking at as far as
And
revenue goes.
I'm out of commission those last 2 weeks, from the 15th on in August.
First week off, oh, you're out for the first,
I'm out for 15th through 30th.
so first week of August.
So we normally do a budget workshop towards the end of July.
Right.
I said, I'm
I will be at the clerk's conference from August 6th through the 14th, or not 6th, to the 10th through, where'd that come from? August 10th through the 14th, I will be at the clerk's conference. So that also is a town council week, and Abigail will be here in my place too. So everyone be nice to her in August.
So do we want to do,
I'm leaving August 31st. I'm sorry, July 31st, starting on August 8th.
none of us know our dates right now.
I'm available 28th and the 30th, right now, July.
I would prefer the 28th myself.
We don't have any other meetings in the town that day,
No, it's the last one.
so 28th.
Let's go ahead and do
How
the
we feel?
28th.
Okay.
28th,
And what time are you wanting to do this at?
Start at 5, or you gonna have everybody come in at different times?
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
usually do.
Let's start at 5.
Okay.
So I'll know when to tell people to start coming.
Does next week give everybody time?
Yeah, I think they're going pretty well.
That's actually
I mean, they
last
get
year.
their
You have the rest of this week and all of next week.
Yeah, and they get their appropriation reports and they kind of, anytime they want them, we print them for them. So they kind of already have an idea of what they're wanting and what.
It gives them a week, almost 2 weeks.
I'm ready to go.
I think Zach's got his.
A week,
I don't know.
a week and a half, is that okay, Max? Week and a
I'm
half,
ready.
James?
I'm ready now, I mean,
I
I'm
think
just
they're all-
like
Okay.
that. I called it 2 weeks ago for paperwork and it's
Let's just
done.
make it an all-nighter.
Yeah, I think they're all
Okay.
ready
So we got the 28th.
28th.
at 5 o'clock.
Need access to it. Put out a time, so it needs to be what?
Yeah,
Put out a
the,
schedule.
yeah, the outline, yep.
Okay. I'm gonna make a special
I think
announcement
I'd
before.
like for us to come up with some idea of how much money we can devote to
Because it's gonna change.
finishing the trail, the Lincoln Discovery Trail. And that's when the guys were here for our audit and stuff, said that we could take that, we had enough money that we could use some of that. I don't think we're gonna get it, I think, but I would like to start that process of applying for it. We've got enough money in our savings accounts or whatever you call those funds, so.
Right, the special.
Because, well, we're over probably a 6 or 7 year period, we'd have to come up with $1 million.
More like 3.
Mm-hmm.
Based on this bid,
Yeah,
that was for a mile, we still have about 2.2 miles to go, and it's not a wide open, easy space to construct it.
We did have one thing that drove up the cost a little bit on this is we did a bridge over the creek there by the
Yeah.
tennis courts.
There probably gonna be a few of those, won't there?
But that added to the cost.
Will there be a?
So when I-
The exit on the,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What, so, you have a projection of what you think that's gonna be?
I could dust it off and update it based on.
3 million.
bids for you.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because I talked to Russ, and Russ said it's about $300 a foot. And when I did that, it came out just under $5 million.
We can look at it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big proponent of it, but I'm saying it's, the cost is gonna be high.
But it's never gonna go down.
I agree.
Well said.
But also, given what's happening in Congress, it's not gonna get approved anyway.
Funded, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a special announcement. I got my grandson watching us tonight from Indianapolis, and I wanna say, hi, Beckman, good seeing you.
Hi,
All right,
buddy.
Okay, Jane,
good
your
announcement.
turn.
Should have paid Vincent to watch. 2.5 hour town council.
He's been watching it since we started.
Has he?
I'm loving.
So the 28th at 5 o'clock, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So we beat out the Paw Patrol.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I have vouchers. Where you go?
I'm gonna bring these down here, and I'll start going down. This is
Oh,
your
I
minutes.
thought he was sneaking
These
in.
are your minutes. And then I'm just getting started down the pike.
Lay some numbers on us.
Okay, so I have payroll vouchers in the amount of $96,825.43.
Make a motion to approve the payroll voucher in the amount of $96,825.43.
Yeah. Second. Seconded, sorry.
Okay, have a first from Jason, a second from Trish for the voucher. Any other discussion on that particular voucher? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let it be known, it passes 5-0.
Okay, I have wastewater vouchers in the amount of $130,348.72.
Make a motion to approve the wastewater voucher in the amount of $130,348.72.
Have a first from Jason and a second from Brian to pay the wastewater voucher. Any other discussion on this? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are those opposed, say nay. Let it be known, it passes 5-0.
I have general vouchers in the amount of $53,618.69.
Make a motion to approve the general voucher in the amount of $53,618.69.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, first from Jason and a second from Mike, pay the payroll voucher
General.
out of general
Yeah.
in the amount of $53,618.69. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Let it be known, passes 5-0. Executive.
We're gonna need batteries, I think on a whole bunch of them. His is out again, mine's out again, mine's. Mm-mm.
Jason wasn't there, was he?
It's down here.
Julie have one copy of the executive session minutes?
It's coming.
It's right here.
That was what I was missing.
I think I didn't sign that one. Both.
Did you intend to not sign it? Did you vote nay on it?
I voted nay on it. I can,
You should still certify though.
yeah.
Because you were just, yeah, you're still present. You're certifying that it was discussed,
I think I missed that one
the
too.
litigation issue.
Okay.
Good.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a first and second from Jason and Trish to leave. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. Let it be known, the meeting is closed.
Is there a serious reservation about your farm animals? If you can't go to the computer,
See you, take care.
Thanks, Clint, for coming.
Hey.